Tensions explode. China's dual carrier show of force met by UK warship in Taiwan Strait. The People's Liberation Army Navy, PLAN, has wrapped up its dual carrier deployment in the Philippine Sea. The Liaoning Carrier Strike Group, CSG, sailed back into the East China Sea on Friday after being deployed in the Philippine Sea for around 25 days. Meanwhile, the Shandong CSG exited to the South China Sea on Monday following a 16-day deployment in the Philippine Sea, and elements of a planned surface action group operating with the Liaoning CSG sailed back into the East China Sea on Sunday. In other developments, Royal Navy offshore patrol vessel HMS Spey, P-234, conducted a Taiwan Strait transit on Wednesday, while a Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, JMSDF, destroyer transited the Taiwan Strait on June 12, according to Japanese media reports on Thursday. Japan's Joint Staff Office, JSO, issued releases on Friday and Monday on the two planned CSGs. The first release stating that on Friday, aircraft carrier CNS Liaoning, 16, and 5 other planned ships, cruiser CNS Nanchang, 101, and CNS Wuxi, 104, destroyers CNS Chichihar, 121, and CNS Tangshan, 122, and fleet oiler CNS Alunhu, 901, sailed northwest between Okinawa and Miyako Island to enter the East China Sea. The two planned CSGs were shadowed by JMSDF destroyers JS Murasame, DD-101, and JS Ikazuchi, DD-107, and fleet oiler JS Toeda, AOE-422. Japan Air Self-Defense Force, JASDF, fighter aircraft were scrambled in response to launches of fighter aircraft by the planned carriers, the release added. The following release said several planned ships, including carrier CNS Shandong, 17, sailed into the South China Sea on Monday shadowed by Ikazuchi. A second release on Monday stated that at 5 p.m. on Sunday, planned cruiser CNS Lhasa, 102, frigate CNS Yantai, 538, and CNS Weigang, 550, and fleet oiler CNS Kekazilihu, 903, were sighted sailing northwest 68 miles northeast of Miyako Island. They subsequently sailed northwest in the waters between Okinawa and Miyako Island to enter the East China Sea. Minesweeper JS Shishijima, MSC 691, and JMSDF P-3C Orion Maritime Patrol Aircraft, MPA, of Fleet Air Wing 5 based at Naha Air Base, Okinawa, shadowed the planned ships according to the release, which said that Lhasa and frigate Weigang had transited the Osumi Strait from June 4th to 5th to enter the Pacific Ocean. Meanwhile, Yantai and fleet oiler Kekazilihu sailed between Miyako Island and Okinawa to enter the Philippine Sea on June 5th. Both Yantai and Kekazilihu were part of the Liaoning CSG on June 8th, according to a JSO release. All told, observers counted 150 takeoffs and landings from Liaoning. Combined with the number of takeoffs and landings from May 25th to 29th, June 8th to 11th and June 1st to 16th, a total of approximately 700 takeoffs and landings of fighter aircraft and helicopters were observed. Shandong carried out approximately 420 takeoffs and landings of its embarked fighter aircraft and helicopters between June 9th and 22nd, according to Friday's release. On Wednesday, Royal Navy offshore patrol vessel HMS Spey, P-234, conducted a Taiwan Strait transit. Through this concrete action, the United Kingdom further defended freedom of navigation in the Taiwan Strait and demonstrated its firm position that the strait constitutes international waters, read a statement from Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs welcomes and affirms the transit. The Royal Navy and the UK Ministry of Defence have not issued any official statement. The UK's last Taiwan Strait transit was in 2021 while frigate HMS Richmond, F239, was deployed in the region as part of the UK CSG-21. The People's Liberation Army's PLA Eastern Theater Command, ETC, which holds operational responsibility for the Taiwan Strait, denounced the transit, Spokesperson for the ETC Navy, Senior Captain Lu Runke, said in a press release that after Spey sailed through the Taiwan Strait it hyped it up publicly, but that troops assigned to the ETC tracked and monitored the UK warship throughout the process and dealt with it effectively. The spokesperson slammed that the UK's relevant remarks distorted the legal principles and confused the public, and its actions were deliberately intended to disrupt the situation, undermining peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, read the statement, in which Lu said the troops of the PLA-ETC will remain on high alert at all times and resolutely counter all threats and provocations. In early June, Spey carried out monitoring and surveillance activities against illicit maritime activities, including ship-to-ship transfers with North Korean-flagged vessels that are prohibited by United Nations Security Council resolutions, according to a Japan Ministry of Defense release. Spey subsequently docked in Sasebo, Japan, for rest and replenishment before resuming its patrol. Japan's Kyodo News, citing diplomatic sources, reported on Thursday that destroyer JS Takanami, DD-110, conducted a Taiwan Strait transit on June 12. Entering in from the East China Sea en route to a maritime cooperative activity with the Philippines in the South China Sea on June 14. Japan Defense Minister Gen Nakatani, during his regular Friday press conference, declined to answer questions on the transit, saying it was an operational matter.